Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakbridge Farm. So we are, as you can see, I have baled the majority of this field, and we're just going to get this done very quickly, and then we're going to have to look at getting some slurry, well digestate most likely, onto the fields to get that first fertiliser state, and then with our seed drill that we've kept on hire for a fair while now, we can get that in, which means that we should do 2 fertiliser states in the same month. If you look down there, I've given us a nice little, it's not concrete, I think it's gravel concrete, whatever it calls it, so we can store the bales from this field, because obviously these will be going to be sold, so it will save on lead time. And what else is there? Because it's quite a busy month. So if we just if I go on to here, the loan system, I figured out you have to go into your settings, so now I can pay back a lot more, but I think I can pay back 70 odd thousand now, but I think it was set, the default setting is you can make one special repayment a year, and it was down at, was it 0.1% or something, so that's why I could only do the 10,000. But now if I go 1500, so that's the maximum amount of the loan that I can repay, or that's the maximum amount of money I have, can't remember. Okay, that's the maximum amount of money I have, so I could repay the loan in whole if I had the money. But if we go on to the calendar, to field 33, this is going to go into barley, which we should get in today. The top side of field 5, that is, was it wheat before? No, so it must have been canola. So the top side of field 5, that's going to go into wheat, which we should get in today because it already has 1 layer of fertiliser put on it. So we're going to get those 2 today. So we're going to have to clear the bales here, slurry here, drill, and the spinnery, if we just quickly nip to here, has 818 litres of wool, so we will have to get that filled up with wool fairly sharpish, so we will quickly get this done. I think the first job should be to get the small case and take that straight over to where our shape are and get that loaded up, so we know that then the spinnery will be right for this month and the next month, if not another one after that. So let's empty the part bale. I do think that unload bales early, that should be base game, because it is just so handy. You know, you then don't have, if you've got a part bale of sort of hay or grass or straw, if you were to go into a different crop type to go bale it, it then changes over. So I do think that should be base game, especially if you've leased some equipment and you can't quite just fill that bale, you're losing it. So if we just reverse this into here. Oh, that's very sensitive, trying to reverse with this steering. This will take some getting used to. It's just minor little adjustments. And there we have it. So we can drop that off and we'll just pull this out. Well, we can go put this onto our drill, because that will be its next job. You can see there that the John Deere have already loaded up the trailer full of silage, because that's going to have to go to the BGA. The only annoying thing is that silage clamp there, it seems to have glitched, so at the moment there is, I think it's 50,000 litres of silage that I can't get out. So I am going to have to, when I take that trailer up full of silage, I'm going to add 50,000 litres of silage back into it. Let's just turn that off and find the case. I am going to add 50,000 litres of silage into the trailer, but then with the landscaping tool I can then delete the silage that's in there, and then we can start again. Here we are, and talking about adding things, I have over here, I put a gate in. So this gate, so now we can, bar it goes into the wall slightly, but anyways, put a gate in, put a fence, which we can still get to our tap. So put a fence in here, so now the sheep and the goats are fully separated, and they are producing goat's milk. So let's just close that gate for now. We will jump into the Kubota, and I imagine you've all seen this many times before. So if we put the first load on, I think we can then just jump cut to the trailer being full, because it will save, well, the big thing is it will save quite a lot of time. So we can jump cut to the trailer being full and getting that to the spinnery, so that we know with confidence that that will be going for a fair while. So let's lift this up. We don't need to be too, well, we need to be better than that. We don't need to be too precise because it's not a lot going on, and I would rather this trailer, I don't know whether it's just this trailer or not, I would have to use some other trailers, but it does tip over rather easily. So let's get these on, and yeah, I'll just quickly see you when we've got the trailer full. And the last, oh, we're going a bit it's so sensitive, this steering. So let's, oh, I didn't even turn that way, so I don't know why that did that. So let's put these down. They're not the best, but anyways, let's reverse back into the shed, drop this down, and we can now get ourselves back to the spinnery, loaded, and then I think it'll be this same tractor we'll be using to gather up. Oh, she's tight. Have we crashed? Yeah, that's a big scrape. That's our, well, what's that? Well, at least it's the front weight that's on there. It wouldn't have done too much damage. And here we are. So the trigger is just here. We should be in it by the front lot. So we'll get them in. So that is now spinnery. So just shy of 40, well, it was 14,000 litres put into there. So that should keep that going for a while. We now want to get, we will just drop this trailer. Oh, what have I dropped off there? Oh, I've dropped the weight off. Right, let's get that put back on. Right, try that again. Let's drop the trailer off there. And we'll get the auto-loading trailer, and we'll get to the field to get those bales picked up and stored on the side, well, on that new pad that we've created, which will also come in handy when it comes to harvesting, so we can drive the combine header in there. So we shouldn't be going on, oh, there it is. We shouldn't be going on the crop so much and damaging it. I know in real life a lot of these fields, you know, you do have to drive on the crop, you know, you flatten it down, but luckily the headers, you can pick up most of what you flatten, so it's not too much, so it's not too oh, this is not going very well, but right, we will see you once this field is cleared and done. Well, there's another full load of bales, and there's two left on the field, so we might as well, because we'll have to take this back to the livestock farm, so we might as well take those two back and tip them in our store whilst we go return this. And I know in the previous episode, I think the thumbnail was we're hiring, so we need to get to the BJ with that load of silage, so we need to take that. So what I may very well do is put the case onto the slurry spreader, so we can take the slurry spreader up there to go get a load of digestate, whilst at the same time using Follow Me, bringing the silage up. I think that makes sort of the most amount of sense to me, so we're doing one trip instead of having to do two. and then we can get on with field 33, getting the digestate on, and then we can look at drilling. We may even, after we do that trip, drill that first, and then so we're not doing 2 drilling sessions in a row. So these 2 now, drop them in there, they're gone. We will park this trailer back in the shed where we got it from, so we can drive forward now. And then yeah, all the machinery, that was close to the mixer, so all the machinery is here ready for us. I just need to work out and remember, because I still haven't used it yet. I've got it downloaded on this save. Work out how to use Follow Me. But like I say, first job, get this tight to the corner, because we should be able to get... Well, I'm stuck, so we can leave that there. We should be able to get these 2 going together. I just don't quite know. Oh, this is absolutely abysmal. But anyways, let's get this on and let's work out Follow Me. So it's right control, should be. Oh, what have I done? I just worked it out and then just got it completely wrong. If I go right control X, what's that doing? Oh, what have I done here? Waiting due to collision. Right, it's right control F to select the vehicle, but because I've taken so long, let's turn this off and get out. Because I've taken so long, I've done something wrong. So that should be working. So it's right control F, and you flick through till you get the vehicle that you want to follow, and then the distance you want to follow it by is right control W and S. I think S is to extend the distance and W is to get closer. So we should have... Oh, what they stopped there for? So let's try that again. We've brought her a bit closer to us. I'm just hoping that these walls and whatnot won't hinder them. So if we take a real wide berth, we'll just have to keep an eye to make sure that they are... Oh, that was close to the wall. Right. Well, if this works, this is fantastic, because it's saving us 2 trips and a bit of time. But I will have to really concentrate on my driving, because they'll be following the exact same route I am. But we will see you up at the BGA. And here we are in convoy. So that wasn't too bad. The only thing that I did forget to do was... oh, they've crashed into me. Okay, I shouldn't have put it at, was it 10 or 15? 10 or 15 metres, I can't remember. The only thing that I forgot to do was the cruise control. I still had it set for when they were doing field work, so it was about 12 miles an hour, I think it was up at. So, oh, there's slurry in there. Okay, let's dump that slurry. Oh, that's interesting. The pit's there flashing now. So hopefully we'll get all this emptied into here. Don't leave me with a little bit, thank you. So we could have got a start with slurry, but I completely forgot that we'd used slurry last time. So if we... Is it here? To load up with slurry again? Where do I... Well, load up with digestate, or is it here? Okay, not there. I think I had the same issue last time I was here, was trying to find the trigger. Obviously I've got the interactive zone. No, you just got to press R. That's completely my bad. Oh dear. But right, let's get into the BGA, which is up here. We can... Oh, silage is already on. Oh, that's brilliant. 2 loads of silage now, and then we're full. And that is still... They are both still active. So that will keep plenty of money coming in. I do think there's a difference in the money when you put silage in. I think you get more money than what you do if you use slurry or manure. But right, we will put this back to here. We will get the case. I should be able to now do it from here where I don't mess up. So right control F. Right control F. Okay, I'll just turn the lights on there. Right control F. Oh, for God's... Do I have to be on the tractor? Right control F. Or are we too far away? Oh, what's... So I can do it off camera, but I can't do it... There we go, John Deere. And then we want to go right control S, so that we don't crash into each other. If we get out, we should have a worker. If we get now into the John Deere and drive, they should follow. There we go. Brilliant. So we'll see you back at the livestock farm. So bar the worker taking the corner too fast where our trees, where we planted our trees, she hasn't done too bad a job. And this time she's come straight through, almost come straight through that gap. So let's turn this off. We'll get rid of, we will send her home for the time being. So send you home. Just pull you through so you're not blocking. Let's turn that off and let's find our, there we go, our big case, and we're gonna go, so we just go, not long grain, grass, no, spinach, soybeans, no, wheat. So we're gonna put wheat now in what used to be our big canola field, which I think that's the right way around. I think with crop rotation it's barley, canola, and then wheat, and then back to barley. But you can do a second wheat if that's what you'd like to do. If I'm wrong, please do correct me, but I think that's the rotation. And obviously you're putting your canola in to break up your two cereal crops, so you're not spraying too many years in a row, sort of the same chemicals as it were. But I'm not a farmer by trade, so I could very well be wrong on that. But if we unfold, we'll get this, hopefully, in a fairly quick job, get this done. But we do need to first put steering assist on. Steering assist, I don't want to do 3 headlands, we'll do 2. Wear me lines. Right, and we will get drilling.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to me. No matter what I do, your heart is drifting out of reach. Head underwater, I'm swimming harder, trying to keep this alive. Gotta find my way to you, now that our love has capsized.
Going to take a little break from this, so I'm just going to line up on this row here, and instead of having our new worker not doing a right lot, we will, if we swap to that, we can take the case off, because I think the John Deere would be a much better tractor to run our slurry tank. And in the process of saving time, let's drop this here. We will turn that off. We'll get the worker going, spreading slurry, digestate, sorry. We'll get the worker doing digestate in 33, whilst we carry on and finish that field. Which, I think that is the most sensible option. Otherwise the whole episode is just going to be continuous time lapses, one after another. So let's, I hope I haven't taken that corner too sharp. Brilliant, so we're in there, so we'll go, obviously we want the worker, but start, okay, they're already starting with the up down, so that works very well. Work the headlands, yes please, 1, so, okay, let's see how you get on. There we go, it helps if I press hire worker. So this should be well, I'm hoping that they'll do this. They'll finish this with this load at the same time it will take me to finish this other field. But it'd be so handy if there was. Let's go down to Seeders. I think we're going for the Seed Hawk, which that would be absolutely amazing. What's this? So that just does seed, but how wide is that? 8 meters. This is 9 meters. Obviously direct drills or direct seeders. That's 8 meters, and that just does seed. That you need to obviously 12 meters, but you need to work the field first. So it may be worth. Where are cultivators? It may be worth, in saving time, if we looked at getting one of these bigger cultivators and doing the field and then going for the Amazon, is it? Is that one of the biggest ones? 15 meters, and going for the Amazon instead of, I'm more thinking about for recording time, because this is brilliant, but it's 9 meters, you get an extra 6 meters with this. You still do your fertiliser, but if you had a big cultivator, I think that could possibly be the way forward. But I can't remember whether we still have our cultivator that we have now. But right, this I am just going to jump cut now, because it's a fair sized job, and it's well, I'll be honest, I have upped the speed to 10 miles an hour. The working speed of this is well, it's 7. So my idea with the wheat is we can now look at getting a grain mill, so we can then start turning the wheat into flour. Oh, we're just missing a little slither there. Yeah, turn the wheat into flour, and then the barley will continue to be chicken food. Because I'd like to, if we can, get some sorghum in at some point as well, so we've got plenty of chicken food if we're ever sort of running short. But let's just turn. We can't do too tighter circles with this, otherwise we're catching the back wheel, which it seems to be a problem with all, well, with the track machinery I've used. Obviously we had the Claas, which that was the same, which this can turn slightly tighter than that. So I'll be interested to see whether with the Amazon, if we were to go with the Amazon, which I know we used the first year we did this, be interesting to see whether we get a better turning circle with that. Or it could very well be that this tractor's just not the right thing for the job. And I also think the Amazon could be a smaller horsepower. But if we're going into the big cultivators to do that job first, then this will be the perfect, ideal tractor. I think just this little bit, and then we're done. So let's drop down onto there, and then a tiny speck just on this side. So we'll get that. We can now fold this up and take it down to field 33. But before we do anything, if we press Y, let's just change that to barley, which I don't know how much fertiliser the barley will use. So I know canola, that's very greedy when it comes to fertiliser, is canola. But I'm unsure with the barley. But 2,000 litres, we can't use that much up in one field. So it looks like our worker has run out. I should pay attention on where we're going. Right, that should be enough. There we go. Yeah, so it looks... Oh no, I'm going to crash into this gate now. Right, let's straighten up. Oh, we're caught on the back wall. Oh no, we're loose, we're free now. So, let's just pull this into the middle of the field, and it looks like I will have to go and get some more digestate. Or the other option is cows. How much, where are you? How much slurry? Nowhere near enough slurry. So let's leave that here. Let's find our John Deere. Let's turn you on, and let's go now get another load. And we're back. So let's just pull... Oh, where's my tractor? I'll tell you what, look at that. That is a good employee. That, instead of just being sat there doing nothing, they've jumped into the bigger tractor and they have started drilling for us. So The only problem will be is where they are now, there'll be no digestate, so that will only have one layer of fertiliser on it. But we should, with this pass, it'll only be a tiny little bit. So let's go onto here, steering assist, yes please. So we can go onto here. I think you just drop the dribble bar down, if we're on it, there we go. So we just drop the dribble bar down and then that starts instantaneously. But yeah, so we will get this done, hopefully quicker than what he's doing. Just get this final bit that we just missed here. That's typical. As soon as you put it in a time lapse, your concentration goes down a bit more. But anyways, that's no excuse. So we'll drop this down, get this bit, so we should be nigh on fully fertilised, bar probably a small bit where the drill's going to now. We will then refill, take it to where our maize field was, and then that's ready for the next episode that we can then go straight in, spreading digestate onto there. So this little bit next, and then I think that's some straw that we left behind that we didn't get in the first time through. So we'll lift up, fold up, and we will go back to the BGA. So for the final time in this episode, we're going to get some more digestate out, which it's quite good. We're now making, well, we're utilising the full capability of it all now. Because I know in previous years we just haven't got round to using as much as what we should have done. And if the production fills up, it stops working. So let's fill again. And then we'll make our way down to the maize field, and then that can be one of the first jobs in the next episode. Which in that episode I would imagine we'll sleep, because then the worker would have finished drilling the barley field now, field 33, would have finished doing that, which means we can then return the seed drill, and then it'll be something to look at in the future of what we do, whether we do go for the pure cultivation and then drilling, or whether we continue with that drill we have now. Which is annoying, because if you look at, sorry to keep going on these all the time, and go to here, that is a direct planter with seed and fertiliser. And I think that's the same, but that's only seed. And we did have that, which we'd we've still got that, so we can sell that, because I think we're going to rent this next time through. And here we are. This junk, I think I'm going to sell it all, so that we are starting to tidy up the yard and make it look rather quite nice. I hope everyone's enjoying how I'm building this yard and what I'm doing. This whole top area, there's going to be another production put onto this site to square off the field, well, in an ideal world. And you'll also notice, we'll just unfold that ready for next episode. You'll also notice I mentioned about, well, I've rounded off this corner and also rounded off this, but I do think that's probably better just putting in a straight line instead of putting this S shape. I've also put a grass margin all the way down the side here, which I think makes it look a bit better than what it used to be. But we will just line this up ready for the next episode, so we can jump straight in and go. So let's leave that there, turn that off, and we'll just have a quick look at how our work is getting on. So by the looks of it, he has just the headlands, or maybe one more pass here to do, then he'll be done. So by the time we digestate the maize field, he should be done here. And if we look on the map, Let's look on the map. So this is what I want to see. So he's drilled to here. We just need to make sure, because there's a part where I don't think we may not have fertilised. But look at that. The whole field has been done. Brilliant. So that will then be a fully fertilised field. So in the next episode, we'll slurry field 10. We also need to slurry the bottom half of field 5. And then it will be, when we sleep, there'll be weeding 33, weeding top half of field 5. That needs some slurry putting on it. So there's a lot to do. But on that note, I just want to say to everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.